All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Kashakwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Achakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Today's lesson is going to be pertained about Esau's bloodshed, man. I came across this article the other day, and I shared this with the Akim, but man, this article pissed me off. But a lot of things Esau does is gonna end up irritating you, but don't always let it get to you um, in a certain manner. You just gotta keep pushing and just add it to Esau's tab, add it to Babylon's tab, because at the end of the day, we are making judgments or condemning this place. Therefore, we're making a case against the white man, and we're sending that up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and ultimately he's going to come back down and judge this place at the end all be all. But we are the ones who are viewing it and reporting it back to the Lord, and the angels are reporting our messages back to the Lord, which is our prayers and supplications. Whenever we send up the curse, the curse, of course, the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Shalak Rayim, Wainashim, Wahabajim, Waharagim, Wamashapachim, so on and so forth. That curse. That is a case that we're putting on the so-called white man. And here's another one that I am presenting to y'all right now. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into this article. It's from the Washington Post, and this was posted yesterday. According to Esau's time, yesterday it's 1 a.m., but pretty much today it was posted at 7:15 p.m. It says another migrant child in the custody of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection has died. All right, so we understand that that's down in the border. So that's more speaking about the Issacharites. We understand what Trump, so crazy ass, Trump's gonna bring it home for America. But we understand what Trump wants to do. He wants to build a wall down there. He doesn't give a shit if the government goes into a government shutdown. He wants that wall up, you know. Seeing as the economy is going right now, he's screwing the economy by keeping the tariffs on China or in these other certain countries, especially China, man, with these steel and metal tariffs. It's hindering trade, therefore it's messing with the money of America. But that's for another topic. But he wants to build that wall, and this is more so pertaining toward the Issacharites, which are the so-called Mexicans. Okay, but in this specific article, speaking about a Guatemalan, which I'm gonna go get the sign for edification purposes. So bear with me, I can. All right, this sign right here. Okay, this sign. So we understand that the Mexicans are the Issacharites, which is what Trump wants to build a wall so they can stop coming in illegal immigrants, even though this was their land before the self-proclaimed devilish white man came into this place and stole it, who their biblical name is Edom, which we're going to get scriptures on. But this is a Guatemalan child, so they'll be a part of the tribe of Zebulon. Okay, so a Zebulonite just passed. Okay, a little child. It pisses you off, but you still got to understand what Job. I think it's the 4th chapter. Says who has died being innocent. Okay, loosely paraphrasing. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this article. It says another migrant child in the custody of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection has died. All right. It says an 8-year-old Guatemalan child detained by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection died earlier Tuesday at a hospital in New Mexico. The agency reported the second migrant child to die in government custody this month. See, this is just not an accident or something. They're killing these people over here. And this is probably only the second person that they decided to report on. There's probably thousands of them who they've already killed, in different types of ways, probably doing experiments or just straight massacre. All right, you can't put nothing past this white man. He's a fucking devil. It says the unidentified boy died short. This unidentified boy, like he doesn't have a name, like he doesn't exist. Like, get out of here, man. It says shortly after midnight on Christmas Day, the CBP said, which again is the Customs and Border Protection. All right. His death came 17 days after 7-year-old Jacqueline Kaal, another Guatemalan, so another Zebulonite national, died December 8th of dehydration and shock, less than a day after she was apprehended by the border agents. So dehydration and shock, meaning what? They don't supply them with the things necessary to sustain life, you know. And as you can see, I have on this screen is a word called sanguineous. I'm gonna play it real quick. That's completely off.
Sanguineous.
All right, sanguineous. And the word sanguineous means blood red, or relating to or involving bloodshed, bloodthirsty, or relating to or containing blood. And that's Esau, okay? The word carnal means of the flesh or of the blood, okay? Or, you know, the flesh and blood. And that's all Esau is, okay? When you reincarnate, it means to come back in the flesh or come back in the flesh and blood. That's what it means. And Esau only knows carnality, all right? The men of the Lord are spiritual. We don't lean on carnality. That's what Esau leans on, because what? That's his blessing. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the scriptures. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 39. It says, And Isaac and his father answered and said unto him, Behold, the dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. And this is him speaking to Esau, because we understand that Jacob and Esau came out of the loins of Isaac, okay? All right, and our forefather is Jacob, whose name got changed to Israel. Henceforth, we call ourselves Israelites. Okay, so Esau, technically, yeah, it is Jacob's brother. So the self-proclaimed white man technically is our twin brother. All right, but what he's done to us, we got to cut that nigga off. You know what I'm saying? So verse 39, it says, And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, Behold, the dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven above, from above. So this, you can even link this with Job 9:24, where it says the hand of the wicked, Salakia. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna paraphrase it. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it. It's a very well-known scripture, but it hits the point every single time it's brought out. So it's Job 9:24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. So with that, let me clarify something, because it said it was given into the hand of the wicked. So according to Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, the 10th chapter, I want to say the 4th verse, we understand who the power of the earth is, whose hand is it really in. So Sirach 10:4, it says the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. Okay, so let's go back to Job 9:24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So in order to something to be given, it has to be possessed by somebody else. So according to Sirach 10:4, we understand that the earth is possessed by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So again, Sirach 10:4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Who's the one that is profitable? The elect 144, ultimately starting with Yahushai, then King David, then the elect 144. Okay, so he's going to give that, but in the time being, he gave the power of the earth into the hands of the wicked, which are the Edomites. So going back to Job 9:24, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So we understand that the power of the earth was in the Lord's hand, and he deems necessary who he wants to give it to and who he doesn't. And this time he gave it to the Edomites to punish the Israelites for the wrongdoings committed against him. Okay, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Yes, exactly. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, okay, where and who is he? So that's when you ask yourself who, what, when, where, why, and how. All right. Why is it like this? How is society like this? You start asking questions. It's because of the white man. And it says, and who is he? The who is he? The answer to that question is the self-proclaimed white man. That's who was given the power of the world to punish the Israelites for their wrongdoings, for not doing the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord had designated them to do. And that goes back to Genesis chapter 27 to 39. It says, and Isaac and his father answered and said unto him, behold, the dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, because it was given to them via the Lord. Hence why I'm reading this article, to show you what the wicked does, because the power is in his hands right now. Okay? It says, in the dew of the heaven above, from above. So verse 40, it says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. So by the sword shalt thou live. Who creates these guns, these missiles, these wars? The so-called white man. Okay? Tanks, all that shit. The so-called white man does it. Because that's his blessing. That's his blessing. Simple as that. It's right here. The proof is in the pudding. All right? And shall serve thy brother. Serve thy brother. Who is his brother? Jacob or Israel. So that's soon to come. This part of his blessing is soon to come. All right? This blessing is almost like an oxymoron, because it says, and shall serve thy brother. That's not, it's like, man, what? I'm going to serve my brother. Exactly. According to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. All right? You going to get pulled down by the Israelites, and you going to serve us for the rest. And then after 1,000 years, you're going to be eradicated. All right? There'll be no more presence of a self-proclaimed white man ever again. Cannot wait. All right? It says, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off his neck. Correct. All right. So let's go back to Sirach. And we're going to go to chapter 8, verse 16. It says, strive not with an angry man. And who's angry right now? The Edomites. Because they understand, and it's being shown that their kingdom is coming to a crumble, it's coming to an end. Shit, I'd be mad if my kingdom's coming to an end. I'll try to fight to keep it adrift. And it says, and go not with him into a solitary place, meaning a secluded area. All right. It says, for blood is nothing in his sight, meaning what? Esau is used to blood. The scriptures say in the book of Genesis that he's a cunning hunter. He likes blood. He hunts for blood. That's why I had brought out the word, I'm going to repeat it. Sanguineous, which means bloodthirsty. He's a bloodthirsty fool, okay? It says, and where there is no help, all right? That's why it says, go not to him in a solitary place, or secluded, or what is it? Like a quiet place, okay? Don't do that, all right? It'll be very unwise for you to do, because he's a very carnal person. He loves blood. It says he will overthrow thee. All right, that's right. So let's go to Sirach chapter 12 and 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. All right, meaning he talk that smooth jazz. He makes you think that everything's fine and dandy. You know, that's what the white man does. He makes you think everything, oh, it's okay. Go ahead. Take this chick. Nothing will happen to you. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a goddamn devil. The word devil simply means a deceiver. All right? Because who's working with him? Satan. How you say Satan in Hebrew is Shaitan, which Satan literally means adversary. He's adverse to what the Israelites are supposed to do. So meaning he's adverse to this Bible. All right? The Bible is spiritual. All right? I'm just going to prove that point real quick. The Bible is very spiritual. All right? It's not a carnal book. This is Romans chapter 7 and 14. It says, for we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin, because we're still in his flesh. That's it. That's all that Paul is speaking about. All right? We're still in his flesh, so we're sold under sin. All right? Our flesh wants to do things that our spirit does not. That's why the scriptures speak about in Romans the 8th chapter, when you read the next chapter, that they war against each other. Okay, it's a it's a tug and war. Your spirit wants one thing, but your flesh wants to do another. Okay, but we gotta overcome our flesh with our spirit. Okay. Whew. So continuing, it says he will weep with his eyes like a little bitch. Okay, because what in Genesis the 27th chapter, what did he do to get that blessing? I'm gonna read it. Genesis 27:38. He cried like a little punk. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. All right, because the scriptures, these are the scriptures. You got to be theatrical and you got to bring it to light. The script, you're following the script when you're in a movie. Okay, that's why we call it the scriptures. All right, it's theatrical. The Lord is, even in the Greek, when you look up the word God, it's theos, which means God. Meaning, where do you get the word theatre or theater from? Theos, which means the Most High or God. Okay, so it's a theatrical thing that's playing out, and that's how the Lord intended it to be. We are playing out His scriptures right now. All right. So again, it says that's why I speak in that manner. Okay, so y'all can get the full essence of what the scripture is actually speaking of. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, in tears. Oh, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept and cried, like a little bitch, like the little punk he is, man. Esau is a big fat loser. He walks around with an L on his forehead every single day, all right? He takes L's every day, even though he thinks he's going to beat the Most High. But like the scripture say in Revelation, the 18th chapter, he's going to do away with him in 1 hour. All right, when the missiles hit and America is destroyed, it's only going to take 1 hour for everything to be totally demolished, But Esau cried like a little punk. All right, so it says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, if he finds the opportunity, that means you went to, like we read in Sirach, the 8th chapter, that you went to him in a solitary place. You got caught up, all right? That's when he finds opportunity, when he catches you slipping. He will not be satisfied with blood. Exactly. And right here in this article, he found opportunity for this migrant child. All right? And guess what? Blood. Death. All right? That's all that follows Esau, according to Revelations, the 6th chapter. Might as well get it just for edification purposes. All right? Revelation 6 and I want to say 4. It says, and death followed. Yeah, that's a good one too. It says, Revelation 6 and 4, and there went out another horse that was red. All right, who's red? Esau, Edom. All right, literally they are red. They're not white people. They have pink skin. They're a pigmentation or a derivative of red. All right, and power was given to him that sat there on to take peace from the earth. Who has taken peace from the earth? Process of elimination. Let's go through it. Was it the Elamites or the so-called West Indians? No. Was it the Hamites, the so-called Africans today? Nope. Was it the Moabites, the so-called Chinese today? Nope. Was it the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese today? Nope. But was it the Edomites who dropped 2 bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the first ones to drop the first and the only nation to drop atomic bombs on a country ever and kill 70,000 and 80,000 people in a flash? Yes, definitely them. Is it the people who put up chemtrails every single day when you see lines in the sky of smoke and then you breathe in and you wonder why you have shortness of breath? Was it them? You goddamn right. Those are the people who took peace from the earth. Is it the same people who do deforestation every year? They cut down trees the size of Panama every single year? Yes, it's them. Those are the ones who took peace from the earth. Is it them who kill Israelite children like I'm reading in this specific article? Yes, it's them goddamn devils. Those are the ones who take peace from the earth. Okay? And it says that they should kill one another and there was given unto him a great sword. That goes back to Genesis, the 27th chapter, with his blessing. His blessing was the sword. All right. It says that he should take peace with a great sword. All right. Those are the last two words in that verse. Okay. But the main point I want to get where it says the beast follow, Salaki, and death follows. A pale horse. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Revelation 6 and 8. It says, and I looked and behold a pale horse. All right. Because usually when people die, especially Edomites, they turn pale. Okay. And it says, which is a sign of death. All right. It says, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him. Hell is Sha'awal in the Hebrew, which simply means the grave, the pit, death. Okay? So literally it says when hell followed him, it means death followed him. Wherever the so-called white man puts his foot on, whatever land he goes to, it's always death. When he came to America, he wiped out 90% of the Gadites, or the so-called Native Americans. And Salakia, okay? Because I'm gonna show you some of the Native Americans that stood up against him. And one of them are right here. This is Sitting Bull. All right, you can look him up. Sitting Bull. He was with Rain in the Face, which also is in the Lakota tribe tongue is Aitigo Magazu. And also you have Geronimo, Two Moons, Red Cloud, and Chief Joseph, who fought in the Battle of Little Bighorn. Look it up, okay? Look it up, all right? Those chiefs fought against the so-called white man, but the so-called white man wiped out 90% of their population, all right? That's death following somebody, all right? It says, and power was given unto them, over and that's plural, so it's not just Esau, it's the Edomites, it's the nation of Edom, all right? And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, there it goes again, all right? Carnality, all right? And it says what? And with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth, correct? And look what he does. Look what he does. He kills little children, and it's not just a little child. This is an Israelite, all right? So that's on his tab, all right? This little Israelite child is now in paradise. You know, call Allah Yahweh Shem Shai, because the spirit gets to rest, okay? Instead of deal with this bullshit on a day-to-day basis, which the so-called white man brings to us every fucking day, man. I hate reading articles like this, but it needs to be put out there. You know what I'm saying? I hate seeing my people go through the things that they have to go through, be it this goddamn self-proclaimed white man. You know? Because this dude is, again, San goddamn Guineas. All right? He's bloodthirsty. He's bloodthirsty, man. You know? So I just wanted to get this lesson. You can read this article on the Washington Post, and it's just another thing on the so-called white man's tab. And there's a lot of things that aren't documented. There's a lot of things that aren't documented that he's done to us, man. You know, and all those things are going to come to light when Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Salakia, when Yahweh sends Yahweh Shai to come gather his elect. Everything's going to be brought to light. All his cases, all the things he's done is going to be brought to light, you know. So call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And again, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem Chai Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who have the 100% truth, okay? And peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. This is your brother Kasha Kwala from the GMS Atlanta Church. Until next time, I'm going to say shalom.